the man with the golden voice, Ted Williams, and I recently learned the story of Willow the horse in Marion. Willow was rescued from going to a kill buyer. Her owner went to the city law director to see if a horse could be in the city limits, and he told her there were no laws against it. So on February 16, 2007, Willow, who was underfed and 300 pounds underweight, came to live in Marion. And in 2010, the city council made a law saying that horses were not allowed to be housed in the city limits. That came into effect on December 13, 2010. Now the city of Marion, Ohio, is trying to make Willow's owner remove Willow. All the laws have been followed when she come to live in Marion. The fight is still in court. If you would like to see Willow stay home, go to www.change.org/petition/Save Willow and sign the online petition today.
Are you looking for affordable office space in Marion? The Professional Building, located at 685 Delaware Avenue, is the place for you. For more information, call 740-383-6803. Office space is now available. Again, telephone number 740-383-6803.
Hi, I'm Ted Williams, the man with the golden voice. And my fellow Marion citizens, I present to you in this election year a new stimulus program. Marion's new stimulus program is fueled by gold. Not just gold, but U.S. gold. U.S. Gold on Mount Vernon Avenue can put cash in your pocket today. Cash you can put to use right now. U.S. Gold will not limit you to gold. Bring your silver, your diamonds too. All are welcome to some stimulus. Only at U.S. Gold, 1207 Mount Vernon Avenue, next to Perkins in Marion. Or give them a call at 740-751-6351. That's 740-751-6351. We're open Monday through Wednesday from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m., Thursday 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., Fridays 10 a.m. till 7 p.m., and Saturdays 11 till 5.
This is Scott Spears, and today we're joined by a man that I am truly proud to call a friend, the man with the golden voice, Ted Williams. Today, Ted and I are going to look back on the last year and a half in his amazing life. And before we go to him, you're about to see something very important. The jacket he wore on that YouTube video that went viral in January of 2011. Let's take a look at it.
Well, I'm going to look at this for the first time in a long time, Scott, and I first of all want to thank you for this opportunity once again to kick it with my buddy. But yeah, this jacket I've given to my brother-in-law. His name is Gus Sariotis, and he's really kept it there. Even he kept the stench that it still carries. But I wanted to more or less just put myself in that day. When you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies, wait a minute. When you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies, you're listening to Magic 98.9.
My goodness.
And I guess the rest is history.
You haven't done that since we talked about before we went on air. What's it feel like to be back in that jacket and say that line?
It's a little haunting, to be honest with you. And only you can get this out of me, Scott. I mean, not that I wouldn't have done it for anybody else, you know, but... you know, you're the only one that asked me to get this jacket out of storage or wherever he keeps it. But yeah, it's kind of deja vu-ish. You know, I'm going out to a Marion. I'm going out to a Marion street corner right now.
Well, you know, Ted, the jacket. I mean, everything about that day became almost America's story.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have said that in one form or another. You know, a lot of people identify with the homeless aspects of my life. A lot of people with the addiction. Effects of my life, and you know, losing custody of children, living in shelters underneath bridges, standing on corners with signs, and there are a lot of gifted people. I want to a lot of things, a lot associate themselves with me. Yeah.
Ted, I have a few surprises here today. I think it'll be fun to do this, but I have that footage from that day.
Okay.
When's the last time you saw it?
It's been a while. You know, I don't go online or anything to try to rehash any of those memories sometime.
Well, do you mind if we take a look?
Yeah, let's look at it.
Let's look at it.
There are often homeless people asking for change on freeway exit ramps.
Then come in now. Yeah.
There's been this guy with an interesting sign at I-71 Hudson Street. His handwritten sign says he has the God-given gift
When you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies. That's the same jacket. 98.9. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. And we'll be back with more right after these words. And don't forget, tomorrow morning is your chance to win a pair of tickets to see this man live in concert. Thank you so much. Well, when I was 14 years old, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. When I was 14, I kind of listened to one of our... Now, that's the part that really gets me. Trip to go meet the guy, and he looked nothing like what he sounded like. Hank Spann. I asked him about that, and he said to me, listen, radio is defined theater of mind. And so when he said theater of mind, I just said, well, hey, I can't be an actor, I can't be an on-air personality, but the voice just became something of a development over years, and I went to school for it. Yeah. And then alcohol and drugs and a few other things became a part of my life. And I got 2 years clean. I lied. Somebody from one of these television or radio said, hey, I need a voiceover or I need something. So, you know, I'm hoping one day, Family Guy, weeknights at 7:30 on Fox 28. Anything, but that's what it is. And I love radio.
You said it there, right? You lied about that.
Yeah, I lied. That was one of the things that Dr. Phil really focused on, was my straightforwardness about my sobriety. But I was hoping that if somebody heard me or, you know, and said, oh, the guy's trying, he's got 2 years clean, that it could probably open the door. And I felt so bad about that, you know, that I lied. But, gee, just because I guess I felt bad about it, I feel like the Lord said, well, Ted, okay, you did feel bad about it, so here's a blessing.
Take me back to that day. Where were you in your life?
I was at my lowest point, I will say that, Scott. It was, you know, I tried to put myself in that frame of mind that I was in. I was pretty messed up, you know. I was messed up over the fact that my mother was still alive and probably thought I was a worthless piece of you-know-what. And I didn't want her to leave this earth. You know, my father had died in 2000, and I didn't want my mother to leave the earth not seeing any kind of turnaround of any sort, whether it was big or small. And lo and behold, we're reunited on live on television.
Oh, Ted, I got it.
What?
I got the footage.
What?
Of you and your mother.
I bet you do.
Here we go.
Oh,
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been seeing
This is your life.
They've made all kind of songs.
Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Mommy. I know I feel the same way, Mommy. I love you, Mother. I've been wanting to see you for the past hours, and it seems like everybody... Hi, Mommy. I'm home. I told you I was coming this year. Hi, I don't look the best, but I'm home. I got a haircut. I love you, Mommy.
I love you too, son.
Mom.
Please don't disappoint me.
I'm not, Mom. I'm not. I'm through with it all. God, this happened for me. You always told me to pray.
Yes,
To pray.
pray.
And I've been praying, Mommy. You know what's going on?
I love you, sweetheart.
I love you, Mother.
The prodigal son has come.
Yes, ma'am.
Say that.
And you, oh, God, Mommy. Well, we're looking good as I can. Yeah.
Look at your hair.
I know it's all gray, Mommy. I'm
Well,
all
you're
gray.
getting old.
I'm 53.
53?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
has time gone?
Mother, I love you so much, man. This has been a dream and a prayer. So flying that sign has some kind of validity to it.
I
That's
got there
all.
waiting for you to get off of that plane.
I know, I know.
Wow.
Ted, take me back to that day.
Man, it almost brings me to tears now seeing it. It was a very moving day for me. I mean, you know, but I guess what was more moving for me at that point, Scott, was the fact that she was taken by another network, and everybody wanted this exclusive reunion.
I remember this.
And I thought that was terrible because it made me have no faith in networks and how ratings, and, you know, I think I got a real full understanding of what people were at any length, what they would do to capitalize on ratings. I mean, you know, next on The Insider. I can almost, it's like I can see almost how a network would try to set up something for me to be an exclusive of some sort. And I think they're all battling for this failure. You know, they're all right now, they're all waiting, Entertainment Tonight, TMZ, everybody is just waiting. The Inquirer, definitely, you know. It's waiting for this failure or this blessing to just blow up or, you know, anything. And right now, the only thing that's probably what everybody's trying to wait on is a relapse of some sort, whether it's me with vodka, crack, anything, you know.
Is that going to happen?
No, none whatsoever. I don't foresee the future, but I know today I consciously did not choose to use. I know yesterday I didn't do it. I know 15 months ago, you know, I had this record, but, you know, it's only today is all we have, one day at a time.
What keeps you sober?
Staying away from people, places, and things. I know that's a little, it sounds a little, you know, like the same old thing everybody says, people, places, and things, but that is truly what helps me, you know, staying away from old people, old places, and old things, you know.
You said something
I
quite...
don't even go to stores, I'm sorry.
You said something quite profound when we were watching that video with your mother, that she normally didn't say she loved you.
Yeah, she would say it, but it would be so like, let's just say I felt those words then. But it was usually like, "Hi, Mommy, I love you," and then she'll say, "I love you too, bye-bye," and hang up the phone. It was so cut and dry. But this one was like, "I love you too." I felt like she felt good for me. Like, now I can leave here, Ted, and the Lord, I can go meet my Maker, and you're all right.
How's Mom doing today?
She's doing well. She's a little upset with me. I haven't gotten to see her, but we're going to a premiere in November for the HBO special that I told you that was supposed to air in the month of October. However, the premiere will be, they finally got it cleared and got a date. And on my next interview, I'll tell you what day it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I don't want to tell you a date, and then everybody, all your viewers.
They don't want to miss it. They won't want to miss it. I hear it's going to be great.
Yeah, it is. It
Ted,
really is.
how long had it been since you'd seen your mom?
Up until that point?
Up until
at
that
least
point.
10 years.
Wow.
10 or more years, yeah. But I've talked to her now. That was the one thing. And the only interest that she had in talking to me was to find out if I was gainfully employed.
That's very difficult. I mean, that's 10 years since you'd seen your mother. That's something else.
Yeah, 10 years, Scott.
I tell you what, Ted, we have one more piece of footage here. Well, actually, we have two more, but not so emotional. Not so emotional as those two. Oh, by the way, did want to ask you before we get to the third one. When you saw the video of the first of you on the corner, when you heard that again, what did that bring back to you?
Scott, that day, man, I like I said before, and I think I've mentioned it maybe to yourself or whatever, to some other interviews, but that day, the only thing I had to offer that gentleman, Doral Chenoweth with the Columbus Dispatch, the only thing I had to offer him was a smile. And, of course, the golden voice or the voice. I enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed radio and all, and so that's all I had to offer. I tried to offer a bullcrap story about me being clean and sober. I tried to offer an idea of how I got interested in radio, but and I offered what made me fall down, crack and alcohol, but I had a smile, and as hideous as my teeth looked, I was smiling. Now I got some decent teeth, and you can't stop me from smiling.
You look good.
I'm just smiling, yeah.
That we talked about the bidding war with your mother, which was
crazy.
Yeah,
that was outrageous.
But you made it to the Today Show, and that morning you did the announcing.
Live from Studio 1A in Rockham. Oh, you're going to show me that?
Let's go to it. Let's go to it.
Why did I think you were going to do that after I said it?
The man with the golden pipes. 2 days ago, Ted Williams was homeless. Now, thanks to this viral video and his amazing voice, the job offers are pouring in. And he's even helping us out today, Thursday, January 6th, 2011.
From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome today on this Thursday morning, except for the fact I get the order of the names wrong. I thought Ted Williams did a great job.
That wasn't his fault. That's the way it was on the script. You need proof that life in this country can change overnight. Look no further than Ted Williams a couple of days ago on the streets of Columbus, Ohio, asking for money from strangers. He said he had a God-given gift, and you know what? He does.
He sure does.
He's on our couch this morning. We're going to get to talk to that man.
And
in
so
just
many
a little
people
while.
have said, everybody deserves a second chance. You meet
right.
this guy, and this is somebody who sure does. It's a great moment. Actually, there was a nice moment in the audio booth when you came in to meet Ted.
He was recording.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, man, what a class act, man.
He's the best, man. His smile and everything so genuine. Just like I thought it would be, man. God, thank you, Jesus.
All right. Who was he talking about?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's a little delusional there.
Oh, that's nice for our guest. That's good. Ted, I'll be doing the interview. Don't worry about it.
You became emotional on that one.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Man, meeting Matt Lauer. I might get emotional now, but meeting Matt Lauer was like God had answered a prayer of mine, like specifically. You know how you might pray for everybody and prayers get answered, and you never really can put a nail on one to say, hey, my prayer's been answered. But that was a prayer that I had really I prayed one day that I would possibly do the opening for the Today Show. I really did. I'm telling you, Scott, from the heart. I really did pray, could I possibly do an opening for a show or a night? I used to always try to. Excuse me, I'm sorry, man.
No, it's fine. I mean, my goodness, and how well you did it. I mean, it was amazing.
It was like God, gave me that shot, man. It was like a dream come true, a blessing, a prayer answered. And I really enjoyed that because it was just 2 days before this, Scott. I was laying on a floor, and I was watching the Today Show, and I was just doing what I do normally when I hear that the other VO's voice, and I would say live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza. And my girlfriend Kathy, who's here today, she said, "Oh, stop all of that. It's never gonna happen. You know, those are dreams, pipe dreams, and all." And 2 days later, I was doing it. I couldn't believe it.
It happened.
It was like, wow. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Ted, emotional, and I understand the emotion there. What is it about Matt Lauer for you?
I think he's the epitome of journalism, man. You know, Brian Gumbel, Eric Severide, Dan Rather, and the names go on. Brokaw, Peter Jennings, Max Robinson. Those are like where, they're reliable news sources. Something about their delivery, their voices, everything. And Matt is just, he's the man, and I grew up with the Today Show, Channel 4, NBC. I got all my Jane Pauley, Katie Couric, and all of those people, and Matt, what was his name, the TV critic?
Oh, Gene Shalit.
Gene Shalit, all of them guys, man. Those were. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. Let's
I'm
go
still
to.
boo-hooish.
No. Let's go to a funny video. You have a man crush on Matt Lauer.
Oh God.
Let's go to Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at this.
Fallon.
This is fun.
Let's talk about Jimmy Fallon, actually, Ted, because you admitted to a little bit of a man crush.
Yeah, I said
on Mr. Lauer.
Matt Lauer, and I thought
we'll show you. We'll show you. Let's put up the tape.
This is what happened last night, Mom. Look, the Today Show, man. That's a hot show in the morning, for me. And Matt Lauer, man. I mean,
we like Matt Lauer.
He brings the female out in me because that Matt Lauer. Matt Lauer is hot. Matt Lauer is hot. Yeah. I mean,
me too.
Ted, I just got to tell you, if you want a job on this show, you're sucking up to the wrong person. Okay, Matt Lauer's not the right one.
And I think it was very apparent that I was really goo-goo gaga over Matt Lauer.
Now, Ted, let's talk about it here. He brings out the female in you. What happened?
I don't know. Let's just say I felt like women feel when they meet a man that they really admire. I don't like them as far as the bedroom or anything like that. It was, it was just an admiration. It was like, women are more so. Although I've seen some men not carry that on about another man like that, but I've seen men, go goo gaga over women. But usually women just associate the way a man melts them, whether it's his voice, his aura, all of that, and I've heard women, like, oh God, look at that man. Now I didn't look at Matt like, oh, what a hunk, or nothing like that, but I just looked at him from a professional standpoint, and I just wanted to be a female for that day, and I guess, hey, Matt Lauer, you go, Matt.
Do you regret saying that?
No.
Okay, good.
None whatsoever. I don't regret it. I would have loved to said that maybe for somebody's personal camera that millions of people wouldn't have seen, you know. But Matt, I love you. Matt Lauer, I love you.
Does he still bring out the female in you?
No, I've gotten over it.
You've gotten over it. You've moved past
I've
it.
gotten on. I moved on.
Ted, you went on from the Today Show. The big thing, I think, was Kraft. Kraft came in
Kraft macaroni and cheese. Cheesy noodles topped with golden brown breadcrumbs. You know you love it.
How did that come to you, the job?
My manager at the time fielded the call, and they wanted to get the guy back, see if the guy could, do this. He's been homeless for so long, he's been cracked long, been in jail so long. Let's see if he still got it. Well, Kraft came up, and the fine people of Crispin Porter, the advertising agency, got a hold of us, and my phone's going nuts over here. I apologize. Oh, okay, Brad Adams missed the call. Kraft came up and asked me, well, could I read it? And I don't know. I've seen it on YouTube, outtakes and all of that, because it was like that. You know you love it was the one line that nobody could hear what the people were in the studio in the engineering room could say to me, but they were like, Ted, come up with this. You know you love it. You know you love it. So it was like, so every time I said, you know you love it, then it was, you know you love it. Then I got mad. I got really, now here's a crackhead who hadn't been clean, who went to New York, who had $20,000 in his hand, cash, a big stack. And here I am having this man tell me, Ted, that ain't the way we like to hear it. You know you love it. You know you love it. You know, so I got mad, and I was like, Kraft, you know you love it. I was mad. They was like, no, Ted, no. But now I got it perfected.
Let's hear it one more time.
You know you love it.
Do you want to see the outtakes?
Scott, what is he doing?
Here we go.
I love you, Scott Spears.
You can't just throw this at me.
Well, Dad's in the doghouse again. He just showed up with his client unannounced. Not even a text. Luckily, you've got Kraft Homestyle.
Twist here. Okay. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hey. It's the Kraft macaroni and cheese spots. Straight Talking Kids VO lines. Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
You're doing a real good job.
Thank you.
Have fun. Enjoy it.
Yes, sir. I'm just going to ride with this thing.
Right on.
Just
right on.
go for the ride. Okay. Yes, I hear myself fine. Thank you.
Sounds great.
Okay. Kraft Homestyle macaroni and cheese. Cheesy noodles topped with golden brown breadcrumbs. You know you love it. I apologize. It's been so long since I've done this type of work that if I sound a little, don't get mad if I have to do 1,000 takes to get one. Okay. Oh, you love it.
Let's see what we can get.
You know you love it.
Cool.
No.
Go ahead. One more.
New Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm sorry. You know you love it. You know you love it.
And it's just like, you know you love it.
You know you love it.
There you go.
That's the
It's
one.
like, come on, man. You know you love it.
Perfect. Yeah, so put that, come on, man, in your head, and then just say, you know you love it.
You know you love it.
It's good. Now try saying the whole line with that in your head.
Kraft Homestyle macaroni and cheese. Cheesy noodles topped with golden brown breadcrumbs. You know you love it.
I think that's it.
New Kraft macaroni and cheese pasta. Sorry.
Are going to air for the first time this Sunday.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is this Sunday, Kraft is the sponsor of this large football game.
Kraft Homestyle macaroni and cheese. Cheesy noodles topped with golden brown breadcrumbs. You know you love it.
That was it, yeah. You love it.
What's it like to look back on that, Ted? That was a big day for you, I would imagine.
Yes, it was. And I had gotten all this money offers, and I didn't have a checking account, a banking account, ID or nothing. So I wanted cash. I was one of the few people that was, calling downstairs. Can I have cash? Can I have cash? Can I have cash? But those little safes that they put in the hotel things, closets, and so I used that thing. But my kids, when they came to California on the Dr. Phil show, that's when I really used the safes. I'm not saying my kids were stealing from me. No, I don't want them to misread that.
No.
I just didn't want the temptations of everybody saying, Daddy, I didn't want them to count my money, more or less.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, Ted, I wanted to go over a few current events here.
Okay.
One very important big election coming up here very soon.
Yes.
And David Letterman has said that Mitt Romney, if Mitt Romney does not appear on his show, that they should not vote for him, that people should not vote for Mitt Romney unless he appears on the David Letterman show. As a broadcaster, even if that is in jest, should he be doing that?
I don't think so. It's not a known fact whether Dave's a Republican, a conservative, or Democrat, or whatever. But I don't think that was like a. Dave is out. I love David Letterman. I'm not going to say anything good or bad. Bad about Dave. Dave can't do no wrong in my books. But now, if that was somebody like Howard Stern or somebody, I'd probably back off of it. But Dave does it out of total. What do they call it? Shock television type stuff. Yeah.
You know, Ted, something I think most people might not know about you, and I didn't know until just a few minutes ago. You were in the Army.
Yes, I was in the United States Army.
What was that like?
That was great. That was great. I think every citizen of the United States should have an experience of joining one of our armed forces. Yeah, Marines, Navy, but the Army. Go Army.
Now, were you in during Vietnam? Or?
No, Vietnam era.
Vietnam era.
Yeah, I wasn't in combat or nothing like that. But
what did you do in the Army?
Well, I was a 91B. I'm sorry, a 91S Sierra. And that was an environmental sanitation specialist. And I also telecommunications, 72 Echo. But I enjoyed my communications experience. I worked for the American Forces Korean Network. You're listening to well, I'll tell you what, before I say AFKN, that was the American Forces Korean. But one of the things they didn't like, it's been said that I was in the Army and I was a PFC. That's the E3, right? So one morning I would be Ted Williams, Private First Class Ted Williams. Then I would be Gunnery Sergeant Ted Williams the next day. Then I was Navy Seaman. And then I was Air Force Tech Sergeant, and every day I had a different rank and a different, branch of the military. And I don't think that sat well with the captains, majors, lieutenants, and all of that.
But you look back on that as a good time.
Yeah, I was Good Morning Vietnam in the Army. Yeah, because all I was supposed to do was just run the syndicated program that we had from stateside, over the air. But I was on there. Good morning, I'm Ted Williams, Army Private Ted Williams, reporting the news. Then it was, good morning, I'm Navy Seaman Ted Williams. And it was like, damn, how many branches does this guy belong to?
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Now, Ted, when you were on my radio show, about 4 or 5 months ago now,
yes, sir.
We had a morning where I had a few taped segments for you. Mm-hmm. And there were a few people who couldn't get in that day who want to get in now. So we have a few taped segments for you here.
Is that right?
Here's one. You might not recognize this guy, but I think you're going to recognize the voice.
Okay.
We'll get it up here.
This is Steve Zernkelden. And if you don't recognize the name, maybe you'll recognize this. In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate, yet equally important groups. That is, of course, part of the opening line from TV's Law & Order. And I want to send a warm welcome to the man with the golden voice, Ted Williams. Since Ted gained widespread media attention when an interview made during a period when he was homeless went viral after being posted on YouTube in early January 2011, I, along with countless others, have followed his progress and wish him the very best. What a voice. I'd also like to congratulate Ted on authoring A Golden Voice, How Faith, Hard Work, and Humility Brought Me from the Streets to Salvation. Ted, a journey like yours is truly an American story. Stay strong, stay well, and keep going forward. I'm sure the best is yet to come.
Kind of cool, huh, Ted?
Wow, man, you're going to make me have a man crush on him.
Now,
in the criminal justice system.
Do you look up to people like Steve Zernkelden?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There's so many golden voices. I mean, I don't hold the title, but I will say that God blessed me with my voice, and God blessed him as well. But there's so many golden voices, and yes, I look up to him. I look up to Don LaFontaine. I look up to the one that does nationwide insurance. Are you in good hands?
Hey, he's
I
brilliant.
love him. Or Michael Buffer.
Oh.
Or some of those guys' voices, man. And then Mel Blanc.
Oh.
All hats off to Mel Blanc.
Yeah. Now
Gary Owens.
Gary Owens. That was one on the first morning we had. Now I do want to run through something here called the Proust questionnaire, because I thought this would just be fun. I'm going to shoot a question. You shoot the first thing comes into your mind.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Principal aspect of your personality.
Giving.
What you appreciate the most in your friends.
Honesty.
Your main fault.
My main fault. I have so many, but my main one is I have a lot of faults. I guess no foreplay. No, I'm just teasing. Let's see. Oh God, you're probably gonna.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
No, that was okay. Go ahead.
Okay, no foreplay. I'm gonna leave that.
Let's leave it. Favorite occupation.
Radio announcing.
Idea of happiness.
Money.
Idea of misery.
No money.
Yeah. If not yourself, who would you be?
If not myself, who would I be? James Earl Jones.
Good one. Where would you like to live?
New York.
Your heroes in real life.
Matt Lauer, truly, and David Letterman.
Favorite food and drink?
Pork chops and Kool-Aid.
What you hate the most?
Okra.
The natural talent you'd like to be gifted with?
Singing.
This is a strange one, but how do you wish to die?
Painless.
Good answer. What is your present state of mind?
Without my medicine or with my medicine? No.
Today, right now.
My present state of mind, happy.
For what fault do you most tolerate?
Lying.
Motto. What's your motto?
My motto is, do unto those as you would want others to do unto you.
Favorite word?
My favorite word, Jesus.
Least favorite word?
F-U. Oh, no. Least favorite word is GD.
Okay.
You know what that means.
We understand that one. A final question on this Proust questionnaire. If heaven exists, when you die and you arrive in heaven, what would you like to hear God say?
You tried, my son, you've tried.
Well, I tell you what, Ted, good answers there. We're going to roll in. One more person wanted to say something to you. And you might get this one, but let's check in here.
Okay. Well, this is fun when Scott pulls these people out of the bag.
Today we're joined by the Golden Voice Ted Williams, talking about people in the broadcast industry whom Ted admired, such as the king of rock and roll broadcasters for more than a half-century, currently heard on Sirius XM radio, Cousin Brucey Morrow. Well, guess what? Joining me via telephone is the legendary Cousin himself. Cousin Brucey, how are you?
Hi, Cousin Scott. How are you? Good to be with you, and I'm very, very happy that you're honoring this fella. I'll tell you, he is quite exceptional.
Absolutely. Now, Cousin Brucey, when you first heard Ted's story about a year and a half ago, what'd you think?
I wished I had his voice. I think everybody, Cousin Scott, in our business wished that he had Ted's voice. Well, I was very touched, of course, like everybody all over the world and the nation. I love the idea that somebody just picked himself up by his bootstraps and said, hey, enough of this. I'm not giving up. There's hope. And you know what? Because of what he did, he gave hope to tens of thousands of other people.
I think you're exactly right. Couldn't agree more. Now, Cousin Brucey, when it comes to voices, you, of course, have one of the all-time great voices. What is it about Ted's voice that makes it so good?
Well, as I said, number one, everybody like Cousin Brucey are all jealous of that rich, deep voice. I don't know how he does that. I think the vocal cords come from below the knees, somewhere like that. His voice gives you a feeling of assurance that it's going to be okay. That's kind of strange because this guy went through such tough times, but yet with that golden voice of his, you listen to it and you say, hey, it's going to be okay. It's strong, it's powerful, and it gives you a little bit of hope.
Absolutely. Now, Cousin Brucey, we both agree Ted's got the voice. What advice would you give to him, to have a long career like you have?
Well, listen, the best thing I would do is tell him not to play music because I don't want the competition. Number one. Well, the best thing I do is, just continue to believe in himself, and that's what always worried me. I was wondering, well, would this just be a little shot in the dark, a quick type thing? And then I'm saying to myself, well, no, if this guy really is real, and I hope he is, and I think he is, I just want him to continue to believe in himself, and he'll just go very, very far. And just not sit down on the job anymore and just keep on moving, keep on trucking, keep on rocking.
Now, Cousin Brucey, while we have you here on the line, we want to let our viewers know what you're up to. What's going on with Cousin Brucey?
Well, Cousin Brucey's on Sirius XM. I'm heard all over the planet just about. I'm still doing my thing, playing the music of the 50s, 60s, and 70s, supporting a lot of charities, and like Y Hunger, and any kind of children's charity I'm very involved in. And by the way, I love Ohio because Ohio has something that I would love to have in New York, but we missed it, called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. Now, it's in Cleveland, and I respect that. And by the way, I'll be coming there probably next month sometime to do my radio show. But that's what I'm involved in. I have 2 books on the market now. The first one's called Doo-Wop, and the next one is Rock and Roll, The Beat Goes On. The first one's about growing up in the 50s and 60s and the development of rock and roll. And the second book, which is out now in paperback, by the way, just came out in paperback, it's all about growing up in the 60s and early 70s. So your Cousin Brucey is keeping himself very busy. Oh, I nearly forgot. 2 days ago, we shot our next PBS TV show on doo-wop and rock and roll, and our cousins in Ohio will be seeing that pretty soon.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, Cousin Brucey, Ted is here listening right now. Do you have anything you want to say directly to him?
Yep, I want to say, Ted, I'm looking forward to meeting you eye to eye. I'd like to really hear those dulcet tones in my ear. I want to make sure that nobody's digitizing you, because you are unreal.
Mm-hmm. It's the truth. Now, before we sign off here today, Cousin Brucey, I want to hear your pipes. I want to hear a Cousin Brucey line.
All right. I want to say this. Hey, everybody, this is your Cousin Brucey, and I want to say hi to my cousin Ted out there, Ted Williams. Ted, I think you're fantastic, and I'm going to play a wonderful song for you right now. And let's see, I'm going to play something by Elvis, Follow That Dream. Great song for you, Ted. You're following your dream, and here's Elvis.
And let me say this before we let Cousin Brucey go. Over the years, Cousin Brucey has been referred to as a DJ. He's a broadcaster. Nobody does it like Cousin Brucey, and if you catch him on Sirius XM, you'll know why. Still teaching us all how to do it. Thank you, Cousin Brucey.
Thank Cousin Scott. Always a pleasure. Hey, Ted, take care.
Wow.
One of the legends.
That's almost reminding me of Murray the K. Remember Murray the K?
Yes, I do.
All of those guys, man. Wolfman Jack, Casey Kasem, all of those guys, man. That's signature broadcasting.
Ted, I know we're running out of time.
I love you very much, Scott. You are truly without no surprises. You are full of surprises.
Well, I tell you, listeners wanted 2 questions. Me to ask you 2 questions. So I'm going to do that. What advice would you give to somebody starting in broadcasting?
As Cousin Brucey, follow your dream. Follow your dream. If that's where you want to go, keep trying. Practice makes perfect.
And I think you answered this one earlier, but somebody asked, with that golden voice, do you sing?
No.
You can't sing.
Well, I mean, if you count the shower, I don't sing. But here's my impression of Elvis.
Let's hear it.
Love me tender, love me true. That's it.
I love it. Ted?
I did Elvis.
1,000 years from now, how do you want to be remembered?
As the golden voice.
I think you will.
Yeah.
Before we get on out of here,
yes,
we did our thank yous here from Cousin Brucey and Steve Zern.
Cousin Brucey and Steve, I love you guys.
But I got to tell you, there was one person who wanted to do that, but they have laryngitis, so they called me up this morning and gave me this note to give to you, to read to you. And I will tell you this, the name of the person who gave me this is Casey Kasem.
Oh, man.
And Casey Kasem says, Ted, keep up the good work, and always remember, keep your feet on the ground, and keep reaching from the stars.
You go, Casey.
Casey
I'm
Kasem.
Casey Kasem.
Isn't he something?
I love him.
Absolutely. Ted, it is always my pleasure to have you on this
you,
program.
Scott.
It's the best.
You know I do, buddy.
And anytime you want to come back, you come back. We're always glad to have you.
Hey, I want to say one thing, though.
Go ahead.
We got to save Willow, the horse in Marion.
We do.
We've got to save Willow.
We do.
And I think I did a spot. I don't know if you're going to run it during your show or whatever, but please, save Willow.
Ted Williams, I couldn't echo those sentiments more. A man with a golden voice and a golden heart. Add that. Take care.